Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. We're all back together.
Yes.
Wow, it's been a long
Look
time.
at that. It has been. So celebrating Friday. It is the 23rd of June. We're going to get to the forecast in a minute. Just want to run these down real quick. Of course, you can find us on our Inforum YouTube channel, live on Facebook in the morning, but of course you can watch it anytime later on your feed. And we make this into a podcast as well. So go to inforum.com/podcast and look for the Inforum Minute, and you can listen to it anytime you want if podcasts are your thing. So let's talk about the weather because we have some changes coming.
Rain! Woo!
Rain.
It's good. The first good widespread rain we've had pretty much all year. We had good snows, but other than that, we haven't really had a good soaking rain.
Okay.
We really had not like
some
this.
sprinkles, but not like
exactly. This kind of couple-day rain event. So it's good. We really need it. We're dry, very dry. Everyone can attest to that. So this is some good moisture moving into the area, moving in later on this afternoon, overnight tonight. Tomorrow, much of the day will bring rain showers, continuing into early Sunday. So, of course, it's not going to rain likely all day, like every day of the weekend, but any outdoor plans? If you have, let's say, you have an outdoor event tomorrow you want to attend at 2 o'clock, it's probably going to rain tomorrow at 2 o'clock because that's how the weather works. I'm kidding. But
is that what time is your tea time? That's what time it's going to rain.
Exactly, yes. Yeah, so just keep a radar app handy. There'll be periods of clouds and just kind of gloominess, periods of rain. That's kind of the weekend we're expecting. So nice weekend to stay inside and maybe clean the house, just have the windows open, listening to the rain, thunder
catch up on some TV shows, read a book, I don't know.
Yeah, so gloomy couple of days, but it's good. We need the rain. So temperatures cool. High is only in the 60s tomorrow, barely the 70s on Sunday, and the next week warming back up to the 80s. A couple days in the 70s in there with a few chances of storms. So looking not too hot, not too cold next week. Just rain through the weekend, which sucks it's on the weekend, but
yeah, it kind of just is unfortunate it falls on the weekend days, but
that's
you gotta
right.
take it.
Yep,
Need it.
we need the rain.
So,
We need the rain. So
we'll deal with it.
Yep.
All right, good stuff. Thank you, Dylan.
Dylan, thanks.
All right, let's jump into some of our news headlines this morning. We're on the lookout for possible criminal charges to be filed against an athletic trainer who is also a teacher for Fargo Public Schools. 36-year-old Levi Tandy is in the Cass County Jail this morning, accused of sexually assaulting a student. Of course, he won't appear in court until those charges are filed, so that's what we're tracking for you right now. Police arrested him yesterday, though, for what the school district says is inappropriate behavior with a student. He's an athletic trainer at Fargo South, also teaches health sciences at Fargo South and at Davies High School as well. Fargo School says the student was taking part in a summer sports program at Fargo South High School. The student reported that inappropriate situation to the administration. The administration then contacted the school resource officer who did investigate, and that's what led to the arrest. We do know Tandy right now is on administrative leave until the investigation is complete. He has been suspended without pay by Sanford Health. Sanford Health provides the trainers for Fargo schools.
This morning we are tracking new developments on a stabbing that happened in Moorhead. Police are now telling us at WDAY that it happened inside of a home between people who knew each other that were living there. It is the latest on a story that we broke for you last night at 10 o'clock on our newscast. Police were called out to the 400 block of Maple Lane. That's right by the Moorhead High School just after 9:30 last night. When officers arrived, they found the man outside of his house with multiple stab wounds and injuries. He was taken to the hospital, but we are still working to learn exactly how severe his injuries are. Police tell us nobody is in custody right now, but they aren't searching for any suspects. Officers did recover a knife on the side of the home. Of course, this is still a developing story. We're waiting for more details, so stick with us for any updates.
Today, we're also working to learn more information for you about a deadly boating accident that happened in Lakes Country. It happened on Lake 6, which is kind of on the line between Ottertail County and Becker County. The Ottertail County Sheriff's Office is taking the lead. They've told us so far that that person was in the water when they were hit by the boat. That person was pronounced dead on shore. Name and age not released yet. Authorities also did not tell us why the person was in the water, who was all in the water at the time, the relationship between the driver of the boat and the victim. All information we're working to learn for you today. However, investigators did tell us that alcohol was not involved and no criminal charges are expected.
3M has reached a $10 billion settlement to resolve water pollution claims in the U.S. The Minnesota-based company says the settlement will provide funds over a 13-year period to towns, cities, and other public water systems to test and treat contaminations of what they call forever chemicals. 3M is currently the subject of thousands of lawsuits over contamination, and although the company has settled, it does still not admit liability. The company has said, however, that it plans to stop using these chemicals by the end of 2025.
And this is a story that affects a lot of people. Dog owners in Minnesota are being encouraged to vaccinate their pets against the canine flu. The virus is highly contagious in dogs, and right now, Minnesota is seeing kind of a surge in cases. At least 200 dogs have come down with canine influenza. So the warning is going out right now, especially to pet owners, dog moms and dads who like to go to daycare, bring their dogs to the dog park, especially since it's been so nice outside. It's so contagious that they really want everyone to have their pets vaccinated right now. Symptoms include fever, cough, shortness of breath. Your dog may also even stop eating. So those are some of the symptoms to watch out for. Any dog with symptoms like that should be isolated from other dogs for 30 days. And I would probably say, too, vets are going to say to call first before you bring your dog in as well, just to so you don't infect all the dogs anywhere you go. So worth calling if your dog has any of those symptoms.
All right, starting today, the North Dakota Highway Patrol will be having another sobriety checkpoint set up in Grand Forks County. It's similar to the one that we told you about last week. It's part of the Highway Patrol's Vision Zero campaign, which aims to create safer roads by keeping impaired drivers off of the roads, in addition to eliminating distractions and wearing seatbelts. Since June, there have been 31 fatal crashes, resulting in 35 deaths in North Dakota. And of those 35 fatalities, 6 were related to crashes involving alcohol.
Today, many in the area will celebrate their Scandinavian heritage. That's most of us, right? As the Nordic Culture Club Scandinavian Festival gets underway. It's happening at the Yumcom Center in Moorhead today and tomorrow from 10 to 5 both days. There'll be music, shopping, traditional Nordic food, $15 for adults, $10 for seniors 60 plus, kids, college students. Kids 12 and under, however, are free.
Should be a fun event. All right, we're continuing to follow the story about that submarine that went down to the Titanic wreckage, and now we do know it imploded and the 5 people inside are dead. The U.S. Navy is now confirming that its underwater acoustic system heard what was likely that implosion of the Titan on Sunday, not long after the vessel launched on its way to the wreckage of the Titanic. The U.S. Coast Guard says it has now found 5 pieces of that submersible just a third of a mile away from the Titanic. Experts say a fault or failure in the hull of that sub could have led to that implosion as the vessel gave way to the intense pressure of deep sea. And now, after the fact, they're kind of going back and pointing to all those potential concerns about how it was built and the hull and the specs and that kind of thing that were leading up to it going, which were raised months before they even took off for their voyage. So
probably the number one story we talked about in every single commercial break this morning at First News and after First News is just still so many questions. I feel like all of us were so invested in finding them, finding out what happened, and still so many questions.
Yeah, lots of unanswered questions. So the story is certainly still unfolding.
Hot Mike with Dom Izzo coming up 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra, also Inforum.com. The Red River Amateur Championship tees off at the Moorhead Country Club today. That's always a lot of fun. Big day. We'll have to work around the rain. But it's not supposed to be like severe, or stormy, or
they're
lightning,
probably going to have
thunder,
to deal with some drizzle, but probably not severe weather.
Right, so I mean that... Hopefully it won't be a rain
Hopefully
out.
That's
what I'm trying to say, Hot Mike is live on location as well to preview this 3-day event, which you can see all weekend on WDAY Extra. So 9 to 11, Hot Mike with Dom Izzo.
And don't forget, for 99 cents a month for your first 3 months, you can get an all-access pass to Inforum.com. Just visit Inforum.com/subscribe to get that deal.
And remember to join us for our next newscast coming up this morning at 11 to 12, an hour long, and then this afternoon 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. Get the latest forecast, kind of track the rain as we see that today and into the weekend as well. So, and then we'll be back. It's Friday, so we'll be back Monday morning.
That's right, 5 to 7 in the morning. Join us then on Monday. And have a good weekend, folks. Bye-bye.